Hello Virgo and welcome to Providence. My name is KK and this is your general weekly reading for the week commencing the 8th of December 2019. This once again is for the Virgo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs of Virgo, as well as the cross watchers. Everyone is most welcome here, and as always, please be reminded that this is a general weekly reading and only to take what resonates with you and leave the rest to somebody else out there in the collective. Well, thank you for joining me, and out flew the first card, the Two of Swords, Virgo. Some difficult decisions to make. The Two of Swords is about weighing up your options. This sometimes appears when you are avoiding making some decisions in your life. Here we have the lady with the swords of truth crossing her. She's blindfolded. And look, I know this is obviously a swords card and in the element of air, but I'm always drawn to the water where my finger is here, and the moon up in the sky there, which to me absolutely speaks of using your intuition to make this decision. You know what the right decision for you is to make. I'm not saying it's not difficult, but you actually know the decision. You're just procrastinating making it. So weigh up your options. What decisions are you making this week, my lovely Virgos? And it flew out, so let's get the rest of the cards on the deck for you, and we'll get into the weekly reading. I hope you're all very well, Virgo. I was slightly taken aback by that card flying out of the deck so quickly. So thank you for joining me this week. There's celebration in the air. Three of Cups is the card at the bottom of the deck and the overarching energy for the week. Now, the Three of Cups speaks about celebrating successes. This is about celebrating friendship, celebrating collaborations. Perhaps you've had a work project that's been very successful and you're all going out with your workmates and having a little bit of a shindig to celebrate. Look, this also could just be an end of your celebration catch up with your dear friends. A time to celebrate each other's company. A year that has gone past together. But certainly the celebrations are called for, and it's in a group setting through this week. So that's a lovely energy to be seeing you through this week, Virgo. All right, there's Two of Swords. What's this difficult decision about? Money. The Reciprocity card, the Six of Pentacles here. This card is about giving and receiving. This is about sharing your wealth, generosity, charity. Here we have the Lord handing out the pentacles to the beggars on the street with the scales in the other hand, making sure everything is balanced with giving and receiving. I feel very sorry for this little beggar over here because he doesn't appear to be getting any pentacles, which doesn't seem very fair to me. But anyway, this is the card of reciprocity. There's a difficult decision I think you need to make regarding sharing the wealth, giving and receiving this week. Now, when I'm saying sharing the wealth, and yes, this absolutely does speak about finances, the other thing about this card that it means for me is giving and receiving of yourself, sharing your wealth, your abundance with the world, not necessarily the dollars, if that makes sense. So perhaps there's a decision you need to make. Perhaps someone is a little bit more receiving than giving to you, if that makes sense. Perhaps there's a little bit of a taker in your circle at the moment. You're not feeling this is particularly a balanced relationship or partnership. And I think this is what the difficult decision is about. Well, without knowing all of you, Virgo, I understand why that's a difficult decision to make, but know your worth is what I'm going to say. And I think you know that. Again, intuitively, you know the decision you need to make. Albeit it is a little bit difficult and maybe even a little bit awkward, but something's got to give. Know your worth. Know what you should be receiving back into your life from your giving nature. The Reciprocity card. The Hierophant in your recent past. Now, the Hierophant speaks about conformity, tradition, your belief and your value systems. This speaks about institutions as well, the institution of religious or spiritual institutions. I always see it as educational institutions. The Hierophant is essentially the Pope card, and is sort of the counterpart of the High Priestess as well, which I think a lot of people don't realise. So this is a very structured card, while the High Priestess is, a very intuitive card. And this is in your past. So I think I have a feeling this decision is involving a partner or someone in your family, all of this that I just spoke about, because this is coming from a place, as I said, of conformity, of tradition, and I feel there is a misalignment of some values and some beliefs that you have that aren't really aligned with somebody else, and it's somebody close to you, and there's a difficult decision you need to make about that, about how you move forward in that relationship. As I said, I'm really feeling that this is someone in the family, if it's not your current partner, but I'm getting a family vibe, like even a child, a parent, a close relative, something like that. It's someone close to you, and I feel that this has been causing you a little bit of distress. It is in the past, and this is what's brought you to this Two of Swords. A difficult decision to make. In your grounding position, your foundation position here, we have the Seven of Wands. Now, the Seven of Wands speaks about challenges, speaks about competition, but it also speaks about your perseverance, your resilience in this situation. And I think this has to do with the outcome of whatever this decision. I think when I say sort of competition, it's more a challenge, but I think it's opening up to the fact that you have the higher ground here. As you can see, this guy's on top of the cliff. He's being poked and prodded by all these wands, but he's actually got the advantage of higher ground. He's got perseverance, he's got resilience. Whatever this challenge is, and whatever this short-term fallout of your decision, which will be challenging, you have the stuff to absolutely come out on top. You've got the advantage here. Your perseverance, your resilience, and your inner strength will see you through. And in your crowning position here, we have the Seven of Pentacles. We've got a little bit of synchronicity going on here. Two sevens surrounding you at the moment. Now, the Seven of Pentacles speaks about your long-term view. This is about you providing sustainable results. This is, again, about your perseverance. This has to do with investment, and yes, it can certainly speak about financial investment, but it can speak about the time you invest into something, your personal investment in a project, your personal investment in a relationship. You're after long-term views. You're not after a little fling. You've planted the seeds of these pentacles, you've watered them, you've watched them grow, and now here's your harvest. This is all about your sustainable security in the future. And I think this is all wrapped up in this decision that you're making, because this is what you're after now. And I really feel there's somebody around you that is not aligned with your future plans, because this is all about your future plans and you reaping your harvest that you've worked so hard to create. And the outcome for you, Virgo, is the Queen of Swords. Well, well, well. This is a very interesting outcome. Now, the Queen of Swords, for those that are new to my channel, when I start talking about kings and queens and he and she, I don't read gender into the cards unless I'm called to do so. So the Queen of Swords can be a man or a woman that you know, or indeed sometimes it's an energy you are embracing. Now, if this is someone you know, the Queen of Swords would absolutely be a Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarian, Virgo. But the Queen of Swords is very independent, very direct with their communication, very clear boundaries. The Queen of Swords holds the sword of truth in her hand. She has absolutely no time for fools. She's a very, very busy queen. Yeah, she has great mental clarity and very unbiased judgment. Again, if this is someone in your life, I think they're going to help you make this decision. Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarian. Or, I think for others of you, Virgo, you're going to be embracing this energy. This is going to help you make this decision, help you combat the challenge and the conflict that might come from this decision, help you stay on the track with your long-term view and your values and beliefs that you hold dear to you. This is the Queen of Swords energy. She has no time for fools. She is all about mental clarity, truth. She can be quite abrupt, the Queen of Swords, perceived in that way with her direct communication. She's not going to sugarcoat anything. And I have a feeling you're embracing this energy. Or certainly, again, if you have the Queen of Swords around you, they are going to help you in this situation. The wonderful Queen of Swords. I love the Queen of Swords. As always, I'd like to take one final message from the Spirit Animal Oracle deck to summarise the weekly readings, Virgo. But if this is resonating with you, by all means, please give the video a like. Feel free to leave a comment if you would like to. And if you haven't already, please consider clicking that subscribe button below the video, as I do have ongoing weekly and monthly readings for everyone. And remember, this Three of Cups over here is the overarching energy. Look, this decision you need to make might be quite challenging, but I think you're going to be celebrating afterwards. It's the right decision for you, and you need to make it. Yeah, it's absolutely to do with it's a value or a belief thing. You're just not on the same page as someone really close in your inner circle at the moment, Virgo. You need to make a decision whether or not you want to continue with them, I think. Moth Spirit has come out. It is the number 39, if that resonates with anybody out there. And the message Moth Spirit brings is surrender now. Surrender now. And I think it's talking about making this difficult decision you don't want to make. Surrender now. Let's see what other messages Moth Spirit has for you this week. Oh, nearly. Hard work and dedication are virtues, and love, of course, is a beautiful thing. However, when Moth Spirit appears, it is time to consider that you have gone over the edge in a relentless pursuit. Workaholism, overeating, perfectionism, or addiction to certainty, or even to a person may be your current vice. The form of your addiction does not matter so much as the awareness of the consequences of remaining persistent when moderation is needed. Let go of your excessive energy by channeling it in more than one direction. The fire burns hot, and you do not want to be engulfed by your passion to the exclusion of all other pursuits that matter to you. Now is a time for surrender and radical acceptance. So your drive does not cause you to flee or to fight. The universe wants you to release your need for certainty and control so that you can relax into a more balanced way of using your Moth Spirit energy. Banish the shoulds and musts so that you can enjoy what is as you allow for what might be. I will leave you with that final message, Virgo. I wish you a fabulous week ahead. I look forward to seeing you next week, and until then, from me to you, much love and light. Bye-bye.